Hey, hi everyone. Am I audible? If yes, then please just you know indicate me on a chat box that I'm audible. Okay, great. So there are only 16 people, and still the people are trying to join. Okay, my chat room, meeting room. Let's wait for more 3 to 5 minutes. Okay, and then we'll start. Two squares appears. Yeah, two square appears. Don't worry, immediately. I will remove that once I start. Actually, one square is for chatting and another square is for a participant. Okay, so I'm allowing participant very frequently. Just wait. Okay, so let the people are joining. So let me give a short briefing about today's webinar. So today we are going to take a look. What is Juniper? Okay, means a basic thing. See, this webinar is for 2 days, 1 hour. Okay, each day 1 hour. So today we are going to take a look of, from very basic, what is Juniper, uh, and what are the technologies, fundamentals, how it works inside the, Juniper networking device. Okay, all that things. And tomorrow we will take a bit expert level, technology part. So you will understand in this 2 days from where you have to start and where it will take you. I will not say where we will end, but because technology never get end, right? Technology is something you have to make yourself update day to day, every day, right? So in this 2 days, believe me, uh, you will understand a lot of things. Okay, I have started recording now. Can't hear your voice. Is it for everyone? Can you guys just, no? Okay, so merely this is only for you. Check your, things. We'll start like in 2 minutes. S- Settle yourself. I can see there are some 16 people. Everyone is from different region, location. Okay, but the technology everywhere is same, right? The language of the technology, the devices, everything is same on every region, location, countries. Okay, and this is my personal experience in this 15 years. In 2 hours, if you get, at least, one topic, even the one topic in 2 hours, if the trainer is covering five topics, and if you understand properly at least one topic, believe me, that will be enough for you, and it will be worthy of your 2 hours. Okay, so we are going to cover some multiple short topics about the fundamental devices, and I'm not going to take you like very high, what we say, language jargons, technical jargons, like the market or YouTube videos. I'm going to use a simple words that a fresher can also understand, that we are working on this and this is this. But believe me, after this session, at least you will understand something. Okay, and it's a free webinar. It doesn't mean that I'm going to take this like a poor, or I'm not going to use that word, but like a trying to escape the time. It's not like that. No. If I am, if you guys are joining, even I am putting my time, and I will try to make our hours, you know, very useful, because it's all about the time. Okay. So I can see that 18 people have joined. No worries. We'll continue. So this webinar is of Juniper, Juniper Service Provider, or Juniper Enterprise. Now, if I say Juniper Service Provider or Juniper Enterprise, what does it mean? Actually, when you start from the basic, which is NA, either it can be another vendor, Cisco, NA, or a vendor, Juniper. Okay, when you talk about that, you start from the basic, and the basic is NA. So as you can see on a screen, is my screen visible for everyone? Please acknowledge in the chat box. Great. So as you can see, this Juniper session, when you start from the Juniper Associate, so there are two tracks where you can continue, either service provider or enterprise. So Juniper Associate is same for service provider and the enterprise. Okay, but if you want to go for a security, you have to gain a knowledge about the Juniper Associate security. If you want to go for the DC, even though a Juniper Associate will be enough for the DC. That means that means with one Juniper Associate, you can continue with three different tracks. Okay, which is service provider, enterprise, and DC. Now here you can see that the S is not giving for the DC. That means after the Juniper Associate, when you go for the S, specialize. Okay, so specialize will be different for, specialize will be also same for service provider, enterprise, and for the DC. Understood? But specialized for the security will be different. After the specialized, we have professional and then expert. Now, like Juniper, we have different vendors in the market. Okay, the vendors like Cisco, Aruba, Huawei. We have a different vendors, and all these vendors contains their own hardware devices and own networking devices. Hardware devices, you can call it uh, you know a storage device, or you can say a server. But when it comes to a networking device, networking devices are a part of a networking world. And we are going to, take this webinar to a networking world only. Understood? If I'm clear, I want answer from everyone. Also notes, share the notes. I will suggest you to make your own notes, okay? Because believe me, I'm not going to share you any notes. Yeah, recording will be available, but notes I'm not going to share you because I am expecting that you make your own notes. Okay? Use pen and paper and make your own notes, please. Now, when you talk about a networking, the first thing, you know, comes in mind are networking devices that are router, switches, and for the security purpose of firewall, right? So in the market, there are different vendors for that. But why we should choose Juniper? What Juniper make different from these vendors? Why shall we go for the Juniper? And right now, currently, as per my personal experience, believe me, I am a Cisco and Juniper means I'm in the both. But I can see right now market is you know moving in a very large amount, means in a very large population, you can say, moving to a Juniper. But why? What makes Juniper different from Cisco, or you can say Aruba or Huawei? Actually, Juniper has divided its devices into two parts. Juniper has divided its devices into two parts. What are that? We will understand that. Okay. Before that, you, you know, I if you see over here, this is a MX104 Juniper router. Okay. Now, in this Juniper router, I can surely tell you this router is more fast than the Cisco. Now, why? What is the reason? Actually, what Juniper did, Juniper have made their system or a networking system on the base of Linux. If you use a Cisco are using their own operating system. Just give a sec. There are some people who are trying to comment. Cisco has their own operating system, but Juniper is using, you know, the underlay operating system, which is Linux. Okay, and on top of it, they have configured the whole networking box. Understood? I will answer from everyone. Believe me, if you guys want to you know, put my 100% in this, then I want answer from you guys also. Okay? So please put in the chat box that you got me. I want answer from everyone. Just give a second. Okay, I'm not getting answer from anyone. I just got something from Fahim and it's a question. So I'll clear it afterwards. But I want answer from everyone that you got it. Whatever I said, you are with me. Okay, I can see there are so many people, but no answer. Fine, no issue. I'll continue it in my pace, and you know I'll make it as per me. So where is it? Fine. So Juniper has based a networking device on a Linux system. Now this make Juniper a you can say bit robust. Okay, a fast you know you can say fast service inside its own box. After that, what Juniper did, Juniper have divided their box into two different physical things. Now, what are the physical things? One is control plane, another is one is control engine, and another is forwarding engine. Okay. Now, what are that engine? Engines, the name itself says there is something, a hardware, which gives you something to work. So when it comes to the control engine, so in control engine we have processor, RAM, all these things. Okay, where the process happen, and when we say forwarding engine, forwarding engine name itself shows that it forward. Okay, it forward. Now what it forward? It forward your data. Okay, just give me a sec. Okay, it forward your data. So this thing makes Juniper a bit different and fast. Now, in the forwarding engine, or you can say in a box of this physical device, we have some virtual things. It's like a process which is going on. You cannot see that, but you can means you just have to understand how it works. That's it. Okay. So as I said, the control engine, we can call it routing engine, okay, and the forwarding engine. The routing engine contains some types of virtual process. We call it planes, and that are control plane, management plane, and data plane. Okay, these three planes works in both the engines. So control plane and management plane is a part of control plane and management plane is a part of the control engine, means routing engine, and forwarding plane is a part of forwarding engine. Now, what forwarding engine does? And forwarding engine is totally dependent on the routing engine. Now, how the routing engine works. So, if two devices, two devices are connected with each other like this directly, and you can say this. Let me change the color. Let me delete everything, clear all my drawing. Okay. So, for an example, this is your router, this is your router, and this is your router. Okay. And this router have two different connections. That means this is the common router. Now, if this, you can, let's call it router 1, let's call this router 3, and router 2, and let's call it AB. Now, if router 1 wants to reach router 3, so what will happen? First, this router will reach to his routing engine. Okay. Then when it reach to the routing engine, the control plane will start, you know, his process. Now, what process? All the information it will collect. What type of information? The information will be from where the route is coming, from where the traffic is coming, what is the IP address, where it wants to reach, which is the best path, all that information. All that information will be gained, or you can say collected in the control plane or routing engine of router AB. Once all the information has been collected, it will store the information, and then only the required information where to go to router 3. From 1 we want to go router 3. The required information where to go means which port number and the IP address of that port number, the connectivity of that port number. This is the port. It only gives a required information to which engine? Forwarding engine. Okay. Where is the, yeah, to the forwarding engine. You can see the packets are going, and that required information will make a communication with your router 3. Understood? Now, in this process also, there is one more process which is very much beneficial, because forwarding engine have its own engine, have its own hardware card, so that can also store your recently traveled data. Understood? Recently traveled data. So if one wants to reach again to the tree, control plane will not come into the picture. It will just come to the forwarding engine. Forwarding engine itself has his own process called forwarding plane. That forwarding plane will take the stored information and directly share to the router 3. But if one wants to reach again to the 2 router 2, then the process will happen again. Okay. So this is the process which makes our Juniper router advance and a bit fast, because of two engines and three internal process. This make our router a bit fast. And because you guys are not going to reply me on chat box, I'm not going to ask you guys understood or not. I'll continue in my pace. Okay. So let's move to the another. For मैं मधुलाल don't worry. Okay, now let's move to the another thing. Why we are just talking, why we should choose Juniper. See here. So as I have explained you about the characteristic, how it works, what is the uh, you can say underlay on which operating system the Juniper is working. All that I have explained you. Now, after that, there is a process. Just give me a sec. There is a process called daemon process. Yes, you heard it right. We call it daemon process. Now let me check if there is a daemon process inside the yeah. Okay. Let's leave the daemon process because that daemon process is very important and you guys are not responding on the chat box. So leave it because for that process I need your engagement. Then I can see there is no engagement. So let's move to the another thing because there are so many things you have reasons to uh, you know choose Juniper, and one is DDS also. Now, what is DDS? Just a second, hold on. Yeah, where I was? Yeah, DDS. So, what is DDS? DDS stands for Distributed Data Store. Now, if it's a Cisco device or any other vendor, all of a sudden in your data center, your router get restart, okay, and you forgot to save that configuration. What will happen? You will lose everything, each and everything. Okay, each and everything. Hold on, guys. Fine. Okay, I'm good now because things are coming in the chat box and it's making my mind somewhere else. So yeah. So what will happen if the Cisco device get restart without saving a configuration? You will lose each and everything, or you can say that the device get down. What will happen? You will lose everything. Okay, but in Juniper, because on hardware we are using Linux. In the Linux, we have one process called DDS, Distributed Data Store. Now, what this you know process does, what it do, why it is useful, why it is useful. Actually, what it does is it makes in the DDS, it makes your you know uh what we say a data store in it makes a data store in a different small blocks. Okay, it make a block of information and it keeps inside the DDS. Okay, so management will take all the information and put in the DDS. Forwarding plane will take all the information and put in the DDS. Routing will take all its route to the DDS like this. Okay, and everything will be saved in your DDS. So in this case, your DDS is will be important for your device, and if your device get restart, or something mess up get happen, you can directly take all the information. Okay, that means your device get fresh, it get wipe out, or it get something, means something malicious you are not expecting in your live environment. So your DDS will take a charge, and once your device get restart, your DDS will push all the information on its place where it was. You don't have to worry about now what will happen. Understood that Juniper is so smart. Juniper device, is smart to do this. That is why, you can say right now Juniper is booming in the market. After that, you know, this is my personal thing, means my personal opinion about the this command line. If you check a Cisco command line, it's very much straightforward. But the Juniper command line gives you, some challenges, but you have some specific, part for the configuration. So, for example, that you have, you want to configure something SSH, Telnet, okay, or FTP. So you will be in a system mode. Then you have to go to the service mode to configure all these things. If you want to do configuration for password, you have to use login mode. Okay. Then if you want to do a configuration for logs, you have to go in the syslog mode. Same for the firewall. Now firewall mode also contains some different specific modes. Interface. Now when you do the configuration of interface, there is a huge command like set interface XYZ. Okay, and in the interface there are some unit number. You have to mention that unit number. Okay, so all that stuff. So I will say that this Juniper devices have, you know, a different way to do a configuration. But believe me, this, if you understand the way of the configuration of the Juniper, this you can just copy paste to all the devices and complete your configuration within a minute. Okay, because Juniper gives you a command, that single command shows you all the configuration which you have hit in that box, which you have, you know, did a configuration in that box. It's not like Cisco that you just do a show run, okay, and you can see what is the output, what are the things which is going on, okay, and you have to do the configuration. No, in Cisco, it's not like that. No, sorry, in Juniper, it's not like that. In Juniper, you can see two different things. One is configuration which are running, and the another is the commands which you hit, or you can say you have put in that. So in this way, you can just take all the configuration and paste to your another device. Yeah, you will say, sir, we can, to make a notepad and we can do copy paste in the Cisco also. Yes, it is possible. But I'm talking about, the whole procedure. The whole procedure, you don't have to start typing on all different devices. No, in Juniper, one device, if you follow that procedure, you can copy that and paste to the another device. Understood? So this is also one benefit in the Juniper. Now let's see some, different thing. Leave the FSP. As I said, you guys are not engaging. Okay, let's understand the daemon. Fine. I'll put something short, like I'll cover this only so that you will understand the daemon also. As I said, I'll make give you some important stuff. You will feel that in this 1 hour we did something. Daemon. Actually, daemon you can say, okay, when I was explaining you guys about uh engines, so what I said that we have different engines, right? Which engines? Forwarding engine and a routing engine, correct? In the engine, we have some process, and that process are divided. And what are that process? Control plane, management plane, and data plane. Now, okay, you can see here that the internal link is showing. So engine does not make these two, device different. It's not like you can say uh, a petrol tank and car engine. It's not like that. It's in a single box. Okay, it's connected with each other with the internal link. Okay, you cannot see that link. Only the guy who made this, he knows how it's working. Yeah, if you are a hardware guy, you know the PCB things, uh, voltage or something. That's a different story. Now, in that process also, a control plane, management plane, and data plane process also, there is something which we call daemon. Now, how the daemon work? Actually, your inside your process, there is one more process, and that small process, you can say it's like a cells. Now we have a brain. In that brain, in our brain, we have some cells. Okay, we call it small cells, brain cells, right? So the daemon are like a brain cells. So this okay, so there is a brain, you have conscious mind or subconscious mind. It's like that something. I'm not in the science mode, but that I can explain you in a more easy language that you have a brain. In that brain, you have a conscious mind, subconscious mind, something is divided, something like this. In that conscious mind and subconscious mind, you have brain cells, right? So these demons are brain cells. Okay. So now, what is the use of these brain cells? What is the use of the demon? So, if you want, if you want to, you know, restart something, like if you are, doing a configuration, and all of sudden, the routing process has start, you know, misbehaving with you. Now, you have two things: save your configuration and restart your whole device, right? In Cisco, you have option to restart your protocol. Okay, if you know what is a protocol, yes, you can restart your protocol, right? But still, if your protocol did not work properly, you have to restart the device. But in Juniper, it's not like that. If you are doing configuration, something mess up with the your protocol or your routes, you don't have to restart your whole device. You don't have to stop your work. What you are doing, you can continue with it. You can continue with it. Okay? You can just hold on. You can continue with it, okay, with your configuration, and you can restart that a small cell which we call a daemon. So for an example, all of a sudden your just hold on. Over here, it's not there. Let's talk about the routing process only. If your routing process start, misbehaving, and you are downloading, guys, just give a sec. Hold on. Just give a sec. Hold on. Sorry. Okay. So now your routing instance is not working properly. So in this case, what you can do, you just have to restart your daemon. That's it. You are done with your, problem. You have solved your problem, whatever it was going inside your routing process. You don't have to, restart your whole device. Okay. So this was the information about some important topics. Okay, as you guys have not replied in the chat box, so I don't know how much you got it or how much you took it seriously, but still, it was my job to make it, so I did. And remember one thing, believe me, the trainer delivery, okay, the training delivery is depend on a receiver. That if you are receiving it, if you are taking it, if you are making an engagement, trainer will show you, his 100% thing. But if you are not doing that, trainer will complete his job. So fine, I did that, and my colleague will say something, and then we'll end the session. The session will be same time tomorrow. Okay, for 1 hour, we'll see some, important and what we say, important and insight topic, or you can say deep topic.